I will be releasing a word on Pentecost Sunday containing some of the things that the Lord has showed me about the significance of this Pentecost. The impartation of boldness, deliverance from the fear of man and the invitation into deeper revelation, but the Lord placed it heavily upon my heart to release these words that He spoke to me. Pentecost will be a marker of a major shift into a time for the manifestations of His Majesty. The Lord has been speaking to me in numerous ways over the last few weeks about Pentecost, signaling the marker in the Spirit for days of manifestations of His Majesty upon us. The Lord has been showing me about the Spirit of God coming in such intensity upon His people and in His house, and the fire of God at a level that we have not experienced before. I have had numerous dreams and encounters over the last month where the Lord has been highlighting sight to me and tenderness of heart to what the Spirit of the Lord is saying and doing. Restoration of sight, in the positioning of surrender, humility, and expectation before the Lord over Pentecost. Many are going to encounter the Lord in such significant ways that the fire of God will fall upon their sight, and where sight has been lost and stolen, the Lord is going to restore sight. There are going to be some very intense encounters for many where the Lord is going to restore divine sight and insight, and the confusion and haziness that has plagued many will suddenly leave, and there will be a divine understanding and receiving of the wisdom of God. James 1:5. Increase of divine sight and insight. I saw many coming into deep encounters with the Lord that many will not have words to describe the depth of how they encounter Him, and in that place there will be such an increase of eyes to see, Matthew 13:16, and understanding, James 1:5, that will come upon those who are crying out to the Lord in humility for His heart. There is going to be a powerful release of His heart over Pentecost as the fire of His Spirit and love fall heavily upon many, and in the receiving of His heart it will be a correct alignment in the lives of many and a jolt of awakening. Pentecost is going to be a birthing room for many and a place of commissioning and receiving His heart for people, places, and nations that they previously didn't carry. A burning conviction for the declaration of truth. Pentecost will be a marker in the Spirit for the beginning of the fire of God falling in such intensity that many will receive a burning conviction deeper than they have ever had to speak His truth, and speak His truth without fear and with great boldness. Many that are anointed and called to be plumb-blind voices in this hour are going to receive a major increase of anointing and deeper revelation of what He is doing and saying as they cry out to Him. Their accuracy in seeing what the Lord is doing and hearing what He is saying will significantly increase. At Pentecost many will have encounters with the Lord that will clarify the message they carry and the conviction to proclaim the truth of His heart without compromise, with clarity, boldness, and with His love. Pentecost in many ways in the Spirit will be a marker of a jumpstart for the Church and for those who are drawing close to His heart. The King of Glory, Psalm 24:7-9, is going to begin to reveal Himself in His Majesty in this new era, and manifestations of His Majesty are going to begin to be seen from Pentecost onwards. The weight and responsibility upon us as the Church in carrying the move of God that is coming is going to become more and more of a reality from Pentecost onwards. The privilege to carry His name and His Spirit is going to go deeper in many hearts from Pentecost onwards, and a fear of God in carrying the impartations He releases and to be released as hearts burn with greater adoration for King Jesus. Can I encourage you to position yourself over this Pentecost in hunger and expectation to encounter the Lord, cry out for more, in humility, because the Spirit of God is coming, and He's coming in intensity, the fire of His presence, the sound of revival, and the beginning of the manifestations of His Majesty that will herald the sound of reformation louder than we have ever heard it, and the beginning of its manifestation in the earth as the King of Glory comes in power. Remember this, mess doesn't mean it's not God. It may look like mess to us, but it's divine order to Him. He's coming to interrupt, disrupt, and erupt within His church.